These are statuettes from ancient Greece of gods and goddesses. And I wanted to show you especially this one right here. This is Nike. And hopefully we'll see the great statue of Nike of Samothrace. But this is the same goddess, the winged goddess. And so all of these are just beautiful, beautiful bronzes from the ancient Greek period. This is a case of ancient Greek jewelry. And these that might be like earrings right here show a technique that was lost in ancient Greece, and that's the teeny, 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 tiny little drops of gold. We don't know how to do this now because in liquid gold, if you put a liquid gold drop next to one that is hardened, it will heat it up again. But the ancient Greeks knew how to make these teensy little gold drops on their jewelry. I'm shooting Marcus Aurelius. I'm shooting Marcus Aurelius just because I think he's so great looking. This amazing piece is called The Triumph of Bacchus. And you see Bacchus here in the form of a centaur. And he's holding a horn of wine. Just amazing. This is one of the statues that is on our Da Vinci line, the story of the Da Vinci Code. This is a statue dedicated to Hera, who was the wife of Zeus. It's actually entitled Kore. Kore is the Greek name for Persephone, who is the daughter, who spends half of the year in the underworld and the other half on the land. So this statue symbolizes both the wife and the daughter. But all of the Da Vinci Code was really devoted to an examination of the divine feminine. So it's really fabulous that we're starting here with this statue that's both Hera and Kore. Next to the statue of Hera and Kore are these wonderful torsos of, the word is koros, which means young boy or young man. And the Greeks believed that the human form was just the most beautiful creation of the gods. And so you have a depiction of youth and then more of maturity and old age. But these represent sort of the early Greek period because they're straight and stiff. And just the beauty of a man not yet into his prime. This is the head of a man, a Greek. It's the early Greek period, and you know this by kind of the stare into the near distance and the smile. This is the kind of the theme, the way that early Greek statues were depicted. This is one of the most famous art objects in all of the world. It is Nike of Samothrace. Samothrace is the place in Greece where this was found. Nike, it's also called the Winged Victory. It is the depiction of an angel, and you can just imagine how amazing it was with the arms and the head still attached. So we're in a room that's referred to as the Salon. This was the first room of the Louvre that was opened it was 1793. And this room has had rotating exhibitions from time to time. That's why it's called the Salon. It's relatively small and intimate, but the ceiling is absolutely amazing. And in the movie, The Da Vinci Code, this is the room. It's not the exact room. The author took a little bit of liberty, but it's the room where The scientist's body was found at the very beginning of the novel. You can see the stars on the floor. This is the only room that has the stars on the floor that were part of that scene where the body of Saunier, I think is his name, was found. So this is also a room that has the beginning of the Italian painters. Caravaggio is in this room around here, and it's just absolutely beautiful. This is a Botticelli. We're still in the salon room. It depicts Mother Mary, the baby Jesus, and also John the Baptist in the background. Botticelli is known for the way he paints that filmy material that is in Mary's veil. It's just as light as a feather, as is the halo over all of their heads. So this is a painting by Leonardo da Vinci. It's John the Baptist, and you can tell it's John the Baptist because he's just such a wild guy. And you can also tell it's a Leonardo da Vinci from the face, the hands, and the feet. I didn't know this painting, but I recognize it as a Da Vinci. It's so beautiful, and also the dreaminess of the landscape behind him. It's kind of reminiscent of the landscape of the Mona Lisa. This is also a portrait by Leonardo da Vinci. It's actually one of only 4 portraits of women that Leonardo da Vinci painted. This is called simply a portrait of a woman. And the one we know most of all, of course, is the Mona Lisa. But you can see the similarities in the style, the mouth, the facial structure, and the hairdo of this lady of Leonardo's and the Mona Lisa. So this is a picture by Giampetrino, and it's a painting of Cleopatra. Of course, we know it's Cleopatra because of the snake biting her, which she committed suicide because she did not want to be taken by the Roman soldiers. But you can tell it's so Italian by the voluptuous body, the nudity, the braids, the dreamy look in her face. It's just so beautiful. What you're looking at here is the largest painting in the Louvre. This is by Veronese, and it is the Feast at Cana. This is the first miracle that Jesus is said to have done, where he turned the water into wine at a wedding of one of his friends. And so this depicts the first miracle, and it's one of the 2 most important meals in the New Testament, the wedding feast at Cana, and then of course the Last Supper. This is a great picture by Correggio of a classic theme. This is Venus, and sleeping near her is Cupid, and in the woods is a satyr, and it's just a wonderful depiction of sensuality and love in the woods, and this passion that Venus is known for. She's the relational goddess. She helps us all with our relationship issues. So this is a painting by Bronzino, and it depicts the resurrection of Jesus and the person to whom he first revealed himself as the resurrected Christ. And of course it was Mary Magdalene. Now in Da Vinci's story, so it goes that in the meeting at Nicene in the 400s, Mary Magdalene, who was supposed to have been in the story by Da Vinci, Jesus' wife, and in other research is shown to have been the disciple that was in the highest favor with Jesus. Well, in that convention, she was sort of written out of the Bible. But this is a very important painting because you just can't get away from it that Mary Magdalene was the person to whom Jesus first revealed himself after he walked out of the tomb. is a painting called The Death of the Virgin by Caravaggio. Now, if you remember, in the Da Vinci Code, this is the painting that Saunier rips off the wall. You can see it's pretty big for that kind of activity, but it really is a beautiful painting that is the death of the Virgin, and there's some symbolism in here that's really beautiful, and that is that the red drape that comes from the right of the painting and drapes over with two hanging down parts coming right down over the feet of the Virgin. The color of the drape is exactly the color of the Virgin's dress, and it just pulls everything all together beautifully. It also shows a technique of a somewhat later period in the Renaissance, and that is the use of light that is so beautiful. It's actually a pretty dark painting, but the light on the heads of the people and on the face of the Virgin really let the eye zero in on what is the most important, the face and the grieving people around her.